If you're familiar with the area, you'll recognise the Crackley Gap behind me, and you'll see very prominently the HS2 works that are carrying on. Now, I fully understand that for a lot of people watching this, you wish HS2 weren't here at all, and that we didn't have to put up with all of this and all of the disruption that comes with it. But I'm afraid the truth is that HS2 is here, and you can see from what's behind me, and you can see from throughout our area, that HS2 is past the point of no return. And therefore, I think it's my responsibility as a Member of Parliament for this area to try and manage the process as well as we can, to reduce the disruption as much as we can. And the way in which I try and do that is numerous, but also I chair a forum that brings together all of those involved in this project. So it brings together HS2 Limited, it brings together the contractors and subcontractors actually delivering the works, the local authorities and others. And we try and work through some of the issues that arise in the construction period. And it doesn't mean that we can solve every problem, and it doesn't mean that we can remove all the disruption. But it does mean that we can sometimes make a difference. So one of the most obvious forms of disruption, and you can see it further up the road here, is road closures or traffic lights that slow traffic down. And what we've been able to do is try and get a better overview, not just for HS2, but for others involved in roadworks too, of what the project is doing, so that we can make sure that every road into a town isn't closed at once, for example. We've been able to shorten the times of some road closures by working with HS2 and its contractors to persuade them to minimise the amount of time that roads are closed for or traffic lights are in place. Now, again, I accept that many people would prefer that HS2 didn't happen at all. But if it's going to happen, then surely the right approach is to make sure that we do all we can to make this process as painless as it can possibly be. That involves getting into the detail. It involves bringing people together. It involves discussing the ways in which we can minimise that disruption. That's what the forum does, and that I think is the right approach for as long as we all have to put up with this, and to speed the process up as much as we can so that construction is over, the project is finished, and the trains start to run, which I'm convinced will be far less disruptive for our area than the construction phase itself.